Hello, hello. I'm just a little bit early. And hello there, Sci-Fi Mombi. It is so great to see you. I'm just a tiny bit early, but I'm testing out. I got a new mic I want to try out, and I don't know if it's working. So I thought I'd hello, hello, hello. I think it's working. If you can hear me, great. Let me know if anybody's on or there. See what happens there. And I wanted to make sure my camera worked too. Gosh, old computers. But anyway, I am here and I'm waiting to see who gets on. I see that Sci-Fi Mommy. Hey, I am so happy you're here. And it was so great to see you on Marissa's. Marissa, I've known her, oh my gosh, since 2014. I have known her forever. So it was really great to see you on there. I remember we were at a seminar. That's where I met her. I also was in New York when I spoke at Carnegie. She was there. And so it was cool. It was really cool. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I want to see if some people get on and then we'll get started. Oh, excuse me. I did this. I think that's on the computer and not on my lip. There we go. I did this class on anxiety. Oh, thank you. It's different. I didn't like how brassy the voice was sounding, and I thought, maybe a mic will either make it worse or make it better. You never know, right? So we're trying it out. But anyway, the I did this class last Saturday, and I was amazed. In that class, I was able to we discussed what anxiety really is. And then we were also looking at the possibilities of well, that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to look at what it is, how are ways that you can build a life of more peace. You know what I mean? And conquer the anxiety. And then I have two techniques that I do. And if I have time, and I'm going to have time, I'm going to make time. I'm going to do one that I know works. Oh, I know. Don't you just love PJ? He's a doll. He's been my friend since 2000, what? I think 13, 14. Oh my gosh. Has it been that long? Wow. Well, anyway, I will do at least one of the techniques with you right on here. The second one I kind of need to do with you alone if you're interested, because it is, I need to be in contact with you, make sure things go the way they're supposed to. But the first one is a gift that I would like to do for you because I think everyone should be able to be in contact with something that supports them. And so how cool. And so we're getting people on. I'm so glad. Let me take a sip and we'll get started. I got this Buddha tea. Do you guys know what Buddha tea is, by the way? Because if you don't, you really should. And the Buddhas do it, and they always are very grateful because it's a healing kind of tea. I start with a chai tea. Sometimes they start with just a plain black tea. I put a little bit, like a fourth of a teaspoon of cloves, cinnamon, and carnadum. Yeah. And then I have these little cute little, because I'll grate ginger, I'll grate it up. But every time I have tea, I don't really want to. So I actually have these little frozen cubes I get from Trader Joe's. I'm not pushing Trader Joe's, but they do have the frozen cubes of ginger. And I just pop that in there. And before you know it, I have Buddha tea. And it cleans out your digestive system. It gets your blood going. It cleans out your blood. That clove is fantastic, right? Plus the spices in the chai. So it's Buddha tea, and I have a little bit. So let me take a sip and we'll get started. And you should make this at home. It's really easy and it's so darn good for you. And then when you drink, you are just grateful that this tea is healing, right? Yeah. Because everything should be healing and good for you. So anyway, let's chat a little bit about this. So you're all getting on, and I see people coming in. We got 5. We're going to keep going. I know we're going to talk a little bit about this anxiety thing. It's really funny. During the pandemic, anxiety went up too. about 33%. We heard, oh, this is a pandemic of all this anxiety. Do you know, with the friends that I have that are psychiatrists, PJ's one, but others also are also, PJ hasn't told me, but others have told me that about half, almost half of the people they see seem, are not seem, but do have, are dealing with anxiety in some form or another. Do you know how high that is? Do you know my mom had terrible anxiety, but I don't know whether that, it wasn't at epic proportions like it is now. And I have to say, nobody in this world seems to want to bring it down for people. I mean, they keep giving you more and more to worry about. And when one thing seems to be going down, oh my gosh, now we got a new one. Like, I was looking on TikTok just yesterday and I saw that I guess some guys are going out, and if a young girl is on her phone or something in New York, they're going and bumping into her or just not being nice. And I just, that's all over the place. And it's like alarm, everybody's alarmed. And I thought, oh, that's not what people need right now. We just don't need another um, thing to worry about, right? So here we are, all worried. And we've got to find ways on how to deal with this. Now, I'll tell you right now, off the bat, this isn't even how to build a life with it, but it's to begin to start. How are you feeding your anxiety? Would you like to know? Yeah. Let me know in the comments too of the people who've joined, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I think you'll love this. How are you feeding your anxiety? Oh, Sharon, I'll join here. Thanks. Oh, good. I'm getting texts too, the people joining. We are, number one, the social media. Yeah, of course. But you know what? You can watch. I still watch social media. I just don't go for the alarmists. I know when it's alarming. I know when people are just yelling. I know I don't want those. I get my movies from social media, what I want to watch, right? I get my laughs. Oh my God, some of it is so funny, and I like to laugh. I also have people that I really respect that I like to watch. There's a woman who does a dog rescue that I like to see her post. She's also very funny, and she raises good points. So I don't turn off all social media. I just skim right by the alarmists most of the time, and I don't soak it up. I don't let my mind go crazy with it. I might observe it. I don't let my mind go crazy with it. If it's something I am really going to act on, I'm going to sign that petition, then I will do it. But see, that's action, and we're going to talk about that. Now, news. That's worse than social media because there really isn't anything to laugh about. I don't even listen to the news. If you want to, that's up to you. But I'll tell you, the news and all the advertisements between it, it's actually the advertisements that are the, I just noticed I didn't turn this on, and I probably should because of lighting, because people always tell me you don't have enough light. So let's just turn it on so you can see like my eyes. When you watch the news and all the advertisements of all the pharmaceutical stuff and all the medicines, and oh, you're sick with this and you can't deal, do you know that does something to you? I do not listen to ads. I do not listen to any of them. I don't want to see them. They always show the drug as the rescuer. And then you read at the end that it causes everything else, right? No, don't listen to ads. Don't listen to the news. Watch the things that make you happy. Watch the things that make you laugh. I love whodunits, the old whodunits, that kind of thing, okay? I had to cut the cable news cord. Yeah, it doesn't it? It does make an incredible difference. I know. Well, all right, so there's that. Good for you. See, you're already on your way. Good, Sci-Fi Mombi. So now the other thing I wanted to talk about, prices. Yeah, they're going up. Do I worry about it? No, I just adjust my buying. I don't sit there and mull over it. I guess I can vote to see what that does to bring down the prices, right? But other than that, prices are prices. Or I can sign petitions because, or go on boycotts. Take action if you're going to worry about it. That's big because it'll break the bubble, which we're going to talk about. And then politics. Oh my God, do I need to talk? Just let it go. It's not worth worrying about. Don't make your bright. You can vote. You can push who you want. Don't go crazy. Don't put yourself in a worry state about it. And then here's a big one: problem solving. What, Alena? What are you talking about? Problem solving is really big. And I noticed this with my mom, and I also noticed it with my ex-husband. They could not problem solve. Say, I'll give you an example because that's the easiest. Say I'm at work. Oh, Sharon came on as a guest. Hey, Sharon. Do you want to be on stage, or are you happy being there? You're happy. So say problem solving. This is big. Say I'm at work, okay, and somebody gives me, I've got a full day and I'm really, really busy. All right, so all of a sudden the boss comes in, or my supervisor or whatever, and says, oh, I need this done today. And now I know what people think. Oh my God, I've got too much to do today. I can't get to that. What do I do? And you put it in your mind and you start to, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to get this done? You can't. This is what I do, okay, when problems come. All right, I've already got my day scheduled. It's already packed. The boss says, okay, I need something. I need to get this fit in. All right, I'll look at him. I'll say, I'll get to it sometime today. My day's really packed. I'll get to it. And then all I do is I think to myself, whenever I get a chance, I'll do it. That's it. I'm done. It's out of my mind until I get a chance, whether I'm eating lunch, whether I stay an extra 10 minutes or whatever I have to do, I'll get it in, but I am not going to think about it until I have that chance. Because you don't have to, unless you're going to act. You don't have to think about it. See, when you worry, you put it in your mind, you mull it over and over and over and over and over, and you are releasing all the anxiety into your body because you're worried you're never going to get that done for the boss. It's not worth it. Is he going to fire you because you couldn't get that done? Not if he or she understands. I've had really great bosses or supervisors or whatever. And if they understand I'm teaching, because I was teaching, I had 30 hours of voice lessons, plus I had 3 choirs. If I could fit it in that day, I would. But if I couldn't, I'll find time, or I will let you know. And that's how it worked. And I was going to go crazy over it. It's not worth it. I don't get paid enough for that. Right? But any problems in life, you have to think to yourself, I'll deal with it when I can. And when I can, I'll solve it. I'm not going to go crazy over it because it's not worth it. And as far as other people and how they act, can I control that? No. So why am I going to hurt myself worrying about it? I'm not. They have to act the way they want to act. I cannot control them, and I don't want them to control me, right? Let it go. Let it go. So these are really big. And these are where we get caught up. And today, I will tell you about the little secret about anxiety that no one tells you. Once you, if you shed light on a darkness, the answers will come. So if you start acknowledging the anxiety, then it's amazing what starts to unfold. And usually it's the foundation of the anxiety. Because believe it or not, anxiety does have a foundation in ourselves. You're not born with anxiety. I understood my mom's anxiety. I understood I understood her child life was really disruptive. And I would always try to help her with her anxiety. And I remember there were days she'd call me and say, "Oh, your brother is driving me crazy. I'm so worried about this and this and this and this, and he won't pick up the phone." I said, "Mom, he's in another state. You can't do this to yourself." And he's all grown up. He's got his life together, and you can't just breathe. You'll get hold of him. If you want, I'll reach out. And I said, "You really don't have to worry right now about this." And she said, "Today I choose to worry." Okay, mom. That was my mom. But the thing was, she suffered with horrible anxiety. So it's got to be a choice, and you've got to want to do it, because when you shine the light, she didn't want to deal with what she would have to do to get herself into the place. She didn't want to revisit anything. And that's just the way it is. But all anxiety is bound by something. Okay. Number one, experiences in your life. Anything that was an experience in your life by some person, by some situation that caused you to have a certain belief in yourself that lacked a confidence or a trust in your own decision making. Now, and I don't care what you've accomplished in life, it still nicks it where you always question yourself. And there comes the wonderful anxiety. Another position is you are living a life, or you have put yourself into a situation that counteracts everything you believe, your value system, who you are, and you're letting others control that. Oh my gosh, that was me. Okay? When I allowed other people to tell me the way to get to wherever I wanted to get, and I wasn't even sure where that was in my career, I allowed people to tell me, well, you need this person, and you need this person, and you need this person. And I'm seeing money fly. I mean, I'm telling you, flying out the window. And I started to get anxiety. I don't have anxiety. I started to get anxiety. And I mean, it was awful. I was waking up at night. My stomach was tight. I was having a lot of anxiety because I saw what was happening. So then I decided, okay, this is killing me. I don't want any more. Oh, and on top of that, they were also saying, Alena, you've got to come and we'll do your videos. Oh, and by the way, Alena, we're going to write all your material. And even if I said, oh, I wouldn't say that because I don't believe it, they'd say, oh, but it's what's being said now. They wouldn't change it. And it was going against every fiber of my being. And yet everybody is telling me this is the right way to do it. And I'll tell you what, I finally had to speak up. And when I spoke up to my team and I said, listen, this is not working, I want to stop. And they were all saying, well, I had blocks about this, I was doing this. They would make all these stupid mistakes, these I don't know, excuses, and turn all my material back on me, right? That was fun. And I'm still spending tons of money and not seeing anything in return. So that's when I just finally woke up one morning. I said, I never had anxiety. I do not like this. I got to take action. I fired everybody. And I got rid of them all. And I just took executive order again. And I fired the people who were poo-pooing me. And I just decided I'm going to start small and go the way I want to go. And if people resonate, great. If they don't, fine, right? I'm not going to have the anxiety. I'm not going to let anyone put me in a position that is not for me. And so often we put ourselves in positions that we don't feel is us. And that's when anxiety will hit you like a brick. Okay? So what does anxiety feel like? Real quick, like I have to tell you. It terrorizes the mind. It paralyzes you from doing things. and it puts you in a bubble where you can't, your vision of the situation gets altered because you're running from a belief system instead of what's actually happening. You're in a bubble. My mom was a really loving person. And when she didn't have the anxiety, unfortunately, she had it all the time. And I remember she had broken her arm, and I was like 15, 16, and I made her some soup, and I made her lentil soup with cumin in it. And I was trying to help her. And she just took one bite and she said, "Oh my God, you put that cumin in here." And she threw it at me. But see, her anxiety because of her arm was at her height. She couldn't see. She didn't even know what she did. Years later, she couldn't even remember it. She was in a bubble, and I was not part of that bubble. Do you get it? She just was in another world. That's what anxiety does. And it does cause you to release. Oh, wait, where is it? I'm going to read you what science says about this wonderful anxiety. The direct, wonderful, if I can find it really quick, I wrote it down so that I wouldn't lose it. And I lost it. Something like, okay, whenever you have anxiety and you are actually opening up the doors to the adrenal gland, and all of that chemicals and hormones dump into your body. And with constant dumping of into the body, you actually damage digestive systems, muscles, white blood cell count, liver, kidneys. You really do hurt your system. You really have to take a look and say, hey, it's time. It's time. It's time for a change. So, hey, let me know in the comments if anybody's still there. I know I see Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. I would like also for those who are there, write down, would you? Write down in your own, if you have a pad of paper in front of you or anything, kind of take a look and ask yourself these questions. And this is for you, not for me. What does anxiety feel like to me? What does anxiety feel like to me? What does anxiety cost me in living life? What does anxiety cost me in living life? That's a big one. And then the last one, how would you like, or how would I like to feel? These are big questions. And then I want you to, these are the questions. If I wrote it down, if I answered these questions myself, I would hang this on my mirror in the morning and read it every morning, because that's going to be the catalyst to changing. Okay? And we all need that. It's a reality check questions, and they're very big. And also, you go the mile. Okay, I didn't tell everybody who I was. I probably should before I go on. Yeah. I am Alena Chapman. People call me the mystical muse. I'm actually do more of a shamanic practitioner. The practices I do are more shamanic, but I do all that. And also I'm a 2-time international best-selling author. Oh my gosh, I had a show that was syndicated over and over, whatever it was, Magical Moments on the radios in Midwest. I am I've spoken all over in this California and all the Western, and also New York. Just got back from New York. Had a wonderful workshop there. And yeah, that's just what I do. But I do a lot of shamanic things. So I say I'm more of a shamanic practitioner. And if you ask my clients, they'll tell you I'm a shaman. Straightforward. So there you go. That's where I'm at. But okay. I think what we need to do is start to understand how we want to be. I mean, if you could imagine waking up in the morning and feeling good, stretching, feeling good, starting the day, feeling good. Nothing is aggravating you. Nothing is buzzing in your head. Nothing is causing you to worry about the day ahead. You know, it is funny. We do tend. I'll tell you something that just happened to me this week, actually. I had tests done. I have a functional doctor who said, we have to get this test done. He's been after me forever. And it wasn't that I was worried about it. It's just that it wasn't going to happen right then. But I did finally get it done. And he said, well, we have the results. And he told me this Friday. And he said, the results are in. I need to talk to you. Do you know what your mind would do with that? Do you know what chaos can happen in your mind, wondering what those tests would give you? That's anxiety. And I started to go there, of course, because I'm human. And then I thought, oh my God, what am I doing? I won't find out. Let's just know that it's for the best. And then I did what I'm going to teach you today about connecting. And when you connect to a loved one, an angel, something, all of a sudden you have something to talk to. And me, I went and I talked to my guide, who would be an angel. And I said, okay, I don't want to suffer with this. What are these tests? I mean, am I going to be really bad? And I got the answer. It's nothing you can't handle. So why would I worry? And then you have to have faith. And I said, okay, I can handle it, whatever it is. And then I talked to him on Tuesday and I can handle it. 6 weeks of this wonderful way of eating. None of my little sweets. None of my chocolate, none of my fruits, none of my carbs. Oh my God. It's going to be interesting, but I can do it. I don't need to worry. I just have to do it, right? And that is that. No anxiety. I'm going to miss my carbs, but oh well, they got to go, right? And then I'll be good and fit as a fiddle. But if I had been worrying all weekend, that would have ruined everything. You know? I had my son come over. My head wouldn't have been in the game to be with him. Yeah. So that guidance is the something that I want to give you today. And we don't have as many people on as I thought, so I'm going to still do this. Sci-Fi Mommy, if you're still on, I would love to know. I think you got off, and I know that sometimes that's hard to do. But I'd love to get you guys on for this, and I think right now we're not going to have it. But you know what, Sharon? I'm going to do it for you, because if this I think it would be something I would do with you anyway. So why not do it now? So if you get yourself comfortable, what we're going to do is a little journey. And I will allow you to feel the peace. I will allow you to connect to whoever comes. I will take you through the portal so that you're in only goodness and only light. And so anybody, and then you ask who is going to help me on this journey. And whoever comes, it could be an angel. You might be surprised. It might be a wonderful animal. Don't let go of the animal. My God, I had Sheba the lion during my divorce, and she's what helped me get through, because I could just feel myself lean into her when I had to be in court, which I don't like court. So having my wonderful lion, oh my God, that saved me. So whatever you connect to is going to help you. And I would love to do this for anybody who watches this later, or for even Sharon right now. I want to help you. And Sci-Fi Mommy, I know that you had to leave, so I'm happy that, or I think your Wi-Fi probably went out. So I'd like you to get this later. But if you get comfortable, I will do a short little connection for you. And if you're game, are you game, Sharon? You can just nod because I can see you. Yeah? Okay. All right. All right. Then we'll do it. So get yourself comfortable. And then all I want you to do is to just breathe. Try to breathe through your nose. And the breath is such a funny thing. We never put enough emphasis on it. And the breath will start by filling up the top half of our chest. And that's okay. But we want a nourishing breath. So allow your shoulders to relax more. And allow the breath to be gentle. And let it to flow down into the stomach. So now your stomach is filling with air. And doesn't that feel just so much better as the diaphragm lowers? Your body's already starting to relax more and more. And the more it relaxes, the breath goes lower. And all of a sudden, you feel it. It is down in the abdomen. But it takes relaxing. You can't force it. Because relaxing opens up the rib cage, the diaphragm. It opens up everything, the spine, and allows the breath to go where it's so happy. You can feel how the pelvic floor just falls. And the hips just relax and open. Every part of your body wants this breath. It supplies oxygen and blood to every part of you. The muscles in your legs are just filling up. The more we relax, the more they fill up with all this goodness. Our knees relax, our calves relax, because everything in your body knows. If it just relaxes, the blood will flow evenly and right into every part of us, down into the ankle, the feet, the toes. They feel so good. They just want to sink into the ground. And because we are relaxed, our shoulders have fallen back where they want to be. They don't have to stress. They're getting what they need. All the blood is flowing through the shoulders into the arms, filling the muscles with this gorgeous oxygen, filling up the muscles. And everything is so peaceful. Who knew it took all this peace to get our body fed so beautifully down into the lower arm, the hands, and the fingers. How good they feel, how free. They just want to sink into the chair and soak up the goodness. And your neck, which usually tries to hold the head up so much, just wants to lay back and allow itself to open and relax all the muscles, because guess what? It doesn't need to hold the head up. It just needs to create a beautiful pathway of relaxation and allow everything to come to it. So the blood goes filling up all the parts of the neck, releasing whatever needs to be released, and allowing the neck to relax. Every muscle just wants to relax. The jaw drops, the cheeks fall, the eyes stop fluttering, because guess what? They don't need to flutter. They just need to be free, to relax. Our body knows what it needs. Our scalp, our mind. The mind is concentrating on all this beauty and is finally at peace. And it's because of this peace that our body is so happy. This is the breath that will carry us through our wonderful journey today. This is the breath that is so important to feel and to get back here when anxiety starts to affect us. This is the breath where it stops all the chemicals from coming because your body doesn't need them. It just needs to relax. Ahead of you is a wonderful field. See if you can picture that in your mind. And it's your field. It has everything you love, everything that just is beautiful. There are 10 cobblestones through the field. Allow yourself to walk through. Feel relaxed, and the breath is nice and free and down low. And see what you can observe. Let's begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are on the opposite side of the field. There is a beautiful door, and it is your special door. Allow yourself to open the door and look inside. And there is this beautiful garden. Find a place where you would like to sit. There are so many places. And wherever you choose is 10 steps. Let's begin walking. And each step will bring you more and more into relaxation and living in the light. Let's begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are at your destination. Have a seat. And when you're ready, just ask. Everything is of light. And say, who's going to come on this journey of conquering my anxiety with me? And see what comes. Enjoy. Hey, my beautiful ones. Only because we're on a live, I'm going to bring you back. But this is a place where you can always go. Always. So, whatever came to you is right for you right now. Say thank you. And feel free to always come back here. We're going to take 10 steps back towards the door. Allow yourself to still feel the relaxation. You are still there. There may be last things you get on your walk. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're back at the door, your door. Allow yourself to open the door and step through. Take a breath. And now I will count to 5, and you will be able to open your eyes feeling fresh and new and relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may open your eyes. Oh, Sharon. You looked so relaxed. I hope hello, Maria. Hello, Orville Nation. Hey, guys. Thank you, Orville Nation. This, yeah. Did you enjoy that, Sharon? I hope everybody else got to try. I can't hear you. You must be on mute, or because of the stage. I'd have to add you to the stage. You don't want to be on the stage, do you? No, I didn't think so. I'd give you more anxiety. Okay, yeah, don't do that. No, you can write in the posts, in the little comments on the side. Do you have that? Maybe not. If you're on your phone, you won't. Sip of my Buddha tea. I'm allowed to have that. Ooh, that's so good. All right, so what we were doing for the people who came in. Hello, guys. And oh my gosh. And 4, where is she? Where is she? Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Sci-fi Mombi. Oh, I'm so glad you're listening while you're working. Do this wonderful journey, because guys, I'll tell you, this world, keeps throwing. Oh, I think I got a clove stuck in my throat. When this world keeps throwing stuff for us to be alarmed. And it is so good. And things happen in life. Like I told you, I had these tests done. I could have gone into a crazy land, and I didn't, because I had guidance. And I don't talk about it very much, but my divorce was hell. I mean, it was really bad. I mean, I really should write a fiction novel, because then I can do it and be honest about it, because I don't think anybody would believe the crap I went through. And just and unbelievable. That's how I learned about illusion of reality. That's what taught me. It was so weird. But I have to say, I had to have something else helping me. I had to have that guidance. I needed to know there was, yes, you can. I was very religious. I've said prayers, but that's all going out, and it's always in lack. I wanted something that I could talk to and could talk back. And so that's when my guide, or my angel, came. I have a little squirrel right now knocking on my door. I got to get some bird seed. It's funny how they let me know. Oh my God, he's going to eat my wicker, but oh well. So I've got, I want to know. I want to um, have a rapport. And this, when you go into the light, this journeying, you gain a rapport. And when you gain a rapport, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. One of them, people tend to be oral. I am oral. I hear everything. When I first go up there, I don't see anything, I hear. Other people see stuff but don't hear. And that is fine too. Some people just see colors. But when you see the colors, what does it make you feel? Because that's what they're going for. The light is always trying to talk to us. It's always trying to communicate to us. It's always trying to send love. And it's always trying to help us on a better path. But we just have closed off. When you connect, this is a wonderful alternative to anxiety. You can just ask, like I did, about my tests, right? And these are not by my tests, by the way. I know I look like I just got out of the hospital. I'm actually going to a seminar, and this is to get in, and I think one's for my meal, and for Barbara O'Neill on eating and everything. She's here in Hickson, and one of my clients actually got me tickets. Isn't that sweet? So I am going there and sitting there and learning how I have to do intense training. I tried it this morning. I died. All right. So you have this wonderful, and I want to move on pretty quick because I do have other things. I can't do the second thing, but I'll tell you what that is when you're ready, I will have you go into yourself and do this incredible shamanic way of treating. In shamanic belief, everything about us is spirit. So anxiety is a type of part of us. It's spirit. Me, it was defensiveness. I was an activist in my youngest days. And yes, I can be pretty good at defending. And sometimes that would take over. I would think I'd have to fight before I even thought, right? I got it's not good. You're too abrupt, too harsh. So I talk to it like it is its own entity. And I asked it to take a back seat and to allow wisdom and peace to come first. I never put it down. It's there. But I say, you have served me so well in my activism days. However, I don't need it right now. You need to back off. And if I need you, I will call you. That does something. But I like to be there with the person when I do this, only because it helps. It is, Maria. It is very good, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I know. I make it all the time. But it helps. It really helps because you're not brutal with it. You don't feel like you have to get rid of it, but you're allowing another part of you to lead the way. And I help my clients do that. That's why there's breakthroughs. And that's why I help people with anxiety all the time. I don't need to go into all your history. We can do it this way a lot of times. And then sometimes you want to learn the story, and that's okay too. And that's a whole nother thing. See, it all depends on the person and where they're at. That's why I can't do it here. But I can do, now that you have your guides and everything, let's talk really quickly. This will not be so, but you will want to kind of get out a pen and paper if you have it, and just write down some of the things you want to do in your life. Let's build a day. What are you going to do this week to keep your week pretty much clear of anxiety? Now, listen, I'm real. I know darn well that you're probably at the point where you could create anxiety out of everything. I know that. I lived with it. My mom was like that. My ex-husband was like that. I know it. And But that's where I have to leave you in charge of getting that breath back. And that's the first thing you write down. Get this breath back. It's really funny because when I was in this seminar, the first thing Barbara O'Neill talked about was that nice steady breath in the nose. And she even says when you work out, because all the senses in the nose are it just cleansing, and you get, I didn't know this is what's so cool, you get more oxygen. And something else, I have to look back in my notes, that is very beneficial to your body, that you get when you breathe in through the nose versus the mouth. Cool. And so try to get yourself breathing through your nose and relax. Just when you know, come on, you know when that anxiety is going to hit. You know it. I know it now that I've experienced it at such a wonderful time in my business. But my stomach, my lower abdomen will actually just go clench right up. Okay. I know that's the danger zone. I know then I have to start right that minute. I have to talk to it. I don't have to do that anymore. But if it does, there might be times that it starts. It's usually if I let myself, which I don't anymore, get myself into something that goes against my values, and I let other people deal, take over. I don't like that. So I just know that. But if I feel that angst, I will just breathe into it. I will get back that breath I just taught you and get it down. Get it down. And you have to relax to do it. And sorry, but that's the whole object of the game. So that's one breath you should practice. Okay. That's a big breath. That's a big deal. It really is. Hey guys, like I said before, you got to turn off the news. I know. You got to turn on only good stuff. I tell you, Miss Marvel, she's fantastic. Those kind of things are fun to watch. Don't watch stuff that's going to upset you. Don't follow the Kate Middleton stuff. Don't follow the girls in New York. Don't follow all the news that is always bad every day. All the alarmists that tell us stuff that is or is not correct. Just let it go for a little while. Listen, I have to get rid of the parasites, the whatever I have. And so I'm on a diet. So what am I not doing? I am not having chocolate. I am not having any carbs whatsoever. Okay. That's like you not doing the alarmist stuff on social media. You give that up, I'll give up the chocolate. How's that? See, we all have to have restrictions to get where we want to get. We got to retrain our bodies. And if we keep putting alarms and the adrenaline just keeps filling because we keep putting alarms in, well, we're defeating the whole purpose of why we want to get rid of anxiety. And you've got to learn how to deal with it and to let it go. But you can't do that while you're in the alarm. So you have to stop it at first, but you also have to get rid of some of the poisons that are filling your life. You just have to. And you getting upset about whatever is not that you can't control is not going to change the world unless you're going to get out there with signs. We don't want to do that right now, most of the time. I would like you to meditate 2 times a day. Why? Because when you meditate and if you journey, and Maria, you know all about meditation. And I love to journey. Alena loves to journey. So I will put on, I do that 2 times a day, usually first time in the morning and whenever my body says I can't do anything else. And so I do it. And then I connect. And if you were able to connect to somebody or something up there, go back and have a conversation. You know how to get there, and that's fun. And if you didn't, I'll work with you. And then I want you to walk in nature. Walk in nature. But I want you to do more than walk in nature. I want you to feel nature. You know what I mean? I want you to put your hands in the water. Water is the most healing thing in the whole wide world. Hug a tree. Allow the energy to fill you and then always give love back. Talk to the flowers. I have little violets in my yard. I just asked them if they wouldn't mind if I took a few to have tea. Do you know that they say that plants can actually see us? Oh my God, that was a new one for me. I thought, oh my God, I'm being watched everywhere. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. That just came off on a science thing I was watching, some documentary. Some of them can see us. Yeah, I don't know if I want to eat my spinach now. But anyway, that's that's another topic for another day. And then create. Every day, create. I'm serious. It's so much fun. It doesn't matter what you're creating. Try something new. When you create, you enter into a new sphere. Anybody who's an artist will tell you that. It is, you enter into a new world and is very likened to the divine. So get yourself creating. Get rid of the toxicity in your life, whatever that may be. Toxicity. If it's a job and you have to have it, well, then you've got to have a change of mind where you're not going to let it push you around. If it's a relationship, get rid of it. Life's too short, So if you have that in your life, just get rid of it because it's giving you anxiety. You don't even know it. It is. You got to tiptoe. If you got to tiptoe, you got to let go. And then become the observer of life. I know. Become the observer of life. What in the hell does that mean? Ron Howard developed this. I think it was in the 60s or 70s. PJ, do you know? Was it the 60s? I think it was the 60s. Ron Howard out in Las Vegas. I think he was in San Diego or in not Las Vegas, Los Angeles. And he had this, he had a nice following. And he developed this observing of life. This is so cool. And he used it for many things. I use it for everything. If you become an observer of life, it's someone who is looking above it all. It doesn't get involved in everything unless it wants to, but you're just observing. And this would be a very good time for you to be an observer. Like, just kind of watch, especially with, you could do it with social media. Just kind of watch and see how there always seems to be an alarm to keep you unsteady. You'll notice that. With people, just kind of have fun with that. Be an observer. I love to even make up stories when so if you see me staring at you, that's what I'm doing. If I'm in the airport or something, I sit there and I watch the people and then I make little stories up. Usually when I talk, if I get to talk to them, sometimes I do, I always am pretty accurate, which kills me. But it's kind of just a creative observation. Just observe. A lot of times I've learned in observing, it teaches us the best way to act when we do decide to act. But sometimes we're so quick and we're so harsh. A lot of my parenting was done with more of observing than acting, because I could then see into their eyes better. I could then help them see what was going on inside their heads before I could act, instead of acting from what I thought a parent should be. And that's how you should be in life. If you observe, you find that you get another dimension into things. And when you do act, it's with more compassion. It's with more understanding. Ah, one of those wonderful cats. I love it. I get to see Sharon. So she has her cat and I just love it. So do that. Try to get more into an observing way. But most of all, if you can catch that anxiety, what is starting to happen, and do the breathing techniques, call a friend, walk outside and put your hands in water. Just put your hands in water and just think. Have your Buddha tea. Do things that give you senses of taste, of touch, of healing. Ask for a healing light to fall upon you and feel. When you ask, it will be delivered. So open your mind and allow that healing light to just fall upon you and bring you the relaxation that you can get your breath down. Or put on music that you love and just freaking dance and get the endorphins going. You have to find what will break up the anxiety you feel. But most of all, don't stay in the thing that is worrying you. You just don't need it. And really, there's very little in life you really need to worry about, quite honestly. All right. I hope this has helped you. Oh, you knew you knew I was a tree hugger when you met me. Yeah, I'm a tree hugger. I'm a bird talker. I'm all that wonderful stuff. All right, guys. I love you all. I think you know what? The Wi-Fi is delayed because I'm getting your stuff like later. Isn't that weird? Well, I love you all. Take care. Hey, I'll tell you what. Number one, I'm going to be doing these lives. I'm going to try to bring stuff that people need, love, maybe we'll have fun with, and that is going to be pretty much, I'll let you know, but I think it's probably going to have to be Wednesdays at 1. And so we're going to try to stick with that time. I'm talking to me more than I'm talking to you. I'm going to try to keep that time. And then on top of that, if you want to subscribe so that you don't miss, and I guess you can push that little bell if you like those little bells. Okay. And then you'll know forever. Other things, if you know people who are suffering with anxiety, this stuff works. And so if you want to share this out to people once it's up on YouTube or whatever, that would be very helpful because nobody needs to really suffer with it, right? And at the very least, they can have a source that they can fall on, which would be really nice. And for those of you who want to do a little bit deeper, you know where to find me. I know Sharon knows where to find me, but everyone else, it's alenachapman.com. You can let me know or just DM me. It's fine. You don't have to go to the website. Just DM me and we will talk and I'll see how I can help. Okay? I love you all and I love doing these lives and I'm so happy you are all on. Sharon, I'm so happy you could get on today. And Orville Nation, I love when you get on. And Maria, oh my God. And I'm going to call it right. I always get names all messed up, so I am actually going back here. Sci-Fi Mombi. Am I pronouncing that right? Sci-Fi Mombi. Okay. Yes. I am so glad to have you back and I hope you got stuff out. Got something out of this. And yeah, let's chat sometime. I would love that. I would love to learn more about you. All right. Take care, my friends. Namaste. Lots of calm and happiness in your life. Love you all. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, no, not yet.